Jordan, Iain, who was changing a light bulb when they suddenly wondered, what does electricity taste like? They licked the bulb hole, got 20,000 volts to the gob, and now has the supernormal ability to commune with chairs.
Whoopi Goldberg?
No, two guys. Whoopi Goldberg. Hello, and welcome to episode 126 of Two Guys What's Up, the weekly comedy podcast where I don't need a mouthful of electricity that allows me to talk to furniture, because I get all my gossip from this guy. It's Jordan. Jordan, how are you?
I'm very good, thank you. And I'm refreshed, Iain.
You are refreshed, Jordan. You are fresh back off your face-rubbing holiday. How's it going? Tell me all about it.
There's a lot of face rubbing. It's a little bit sore.
It's wearing the skin away, yes.
But that's normal. Oh, it was lovely. Portugal, what a beautiful place.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure there's some true shitholes there as well.
As there is everywhere.
Absolutely, yeah, yin and yang. Mm-hmm. But where we went was the Algarve. It was gorgeous. And have you ever been to Portugal?
I don't believe so.
Okay. Normally people would be like, yes or no.
I've been to a lot of places and I've driven through a lot of places to get to other places.
Right.
So I may have.
See, here's the thing though. Do you really count driving through places as visiting them?
Yeah.
Do you?
Well, not visiting as like I get out of the car and, do some stuff. But
sniff every bit of pavement.
Yes. Don't bring that up. I know it's a weird quirk I have. But, I've been to France before, but I've driven through it to get to Italy, for example.
Right.
So, when we've gotten off the ferry. So, I've been to France. I haven't, visited it and done some stuff in it, but...
Right, okay, I see. So, you've not experienced the culture?
No, correct.
Got you, okay. Well, anyway, so Portugal, if you ever get a chance, or anybody listening, all two of you, then... Oh, one of you. Then...
No, we lost them too.
Just you, Iain. Oh, no, you've gone as well. I would highly recommend it. Really beautiful. We were lucky enough to rent a massive private villa that had this beautiful outdoor swimming pool.
Delicious.
We're not one for really going on holiday and just, relaxing by the pool. That's not really what we do.
Yeah.
But it was nice just to have something a little bit different. And because where we were staying, Albufeira, I think it's called, had little pockets of towns very close by. So you could visit loads of different places with very close proximity. And it was beautiful. But the only thing I would do differently, maybe pull back on the cocktails a little bit.
Nah.
Because on Tuesday morning, I woke up with the most horrendous hangover, and that is not like me. It was a case of please don't talk to me.
It's not like you, especially when you're not with me. If you're not in the vicinity of me.
Exactly.
That's normally an Iain fault, that.
Yeah, and see, the thing is, I don't even feel like I drank that much. I know I had a lot, really, in terms of probably what's recommended by doctors.
What do they know?
But I don't know if it was a mix of the hot weather, not really actually drinking water.
Yeah.
Maybe I was a bit dehydrated. I'm not sure if it was a mix of all those things.
Right.
But the night before was lovely.
Yep.
But that morning was horrible. And it was the day that we were due to go for a drive and visit two further afield places.
Right, so had to bail.
No, we did it. I mean, I was sort of glad in the end that we did because it was nice, but at the time, the places that we visited were really lovely cliff tops with the most beautiful scenery. And all I thought while we were walking around was, I could just chuck myself down there. I'd feel a lot better.
Yeah, there's a few times your wife had to stop you.
I mean, she didn't put up much of a fight.
Oh no, please, Jordan, don't.
Oh dear, sorry, my foot was in front of yours. Oopsie.
She's got the life insurance number already on her phone.
See, the thing is, this is a really good point, actually. I bet she doesn't. She wouldn't know any of that stuff.
So if you die...
Yeah, she'd just be like, well, shit happens.
I'll just ask Jordan to sort bollocks.
On the way down. What's the policy with? Oh, but yeah, no, I loved it. And as a little memento, I brought home a garlic plate.
What?
Have you ever seen one of those? I'll explain.
Okay. Go on.
So, there's probably a better name for it than that. I don't think the locals call it garlic plate.
So just what you used it for while you were there.
Well, I'll explain. So it's like a little plate, and in the centre of it are these really sharp spikes.
Okay.
And the idea is that you can rub certain things on it, like garlic or ginger or other things, and it will mince it into a paste.
Delicious.
And it was amazing. So we used that a whole bunch and then decided to get some more. So it was great. End of story.
Cool. I want to see a picture of this.
God, I will send you a picture and you can even stick it on the Instagram if you like, if people feel so inclined to look at the old garlic plate.
I will stick that on the Instagram for you, Jordan.
Oh, the other thing that happened, by the way, was that I got bitten really badly. It must have been a mosquito or maybe even a horsefly or something.
Ooh.
It was on my calf.
Right.
I was a bit worried at first that it was like a tick with like Lyme disease because you could see where the bite was, and then literally there must have been at least a 10 centimetre radius of a red circle all the way around it.
Oh, God.
Looked like a target board.
Wow.
So obviously I've had some sort of reaction to that, and it was obviously massively itchy. I had the bright idea of noticing an aloe vera plant outside of the villa, so cut some of that off, rubbed it on, and it was great.
Oh, nice. It worked, did it?
It absolutely works, yeah. So now that we're back home, I've been made to order some aloe vera plants for home.
Perfect. Good idea.
So, if you ever get bit or stung or get a bit sunburnt,
Yep.
a little bit of fresh aloe vera does the trick.
Perfect. You know what, right? Whenever, like, say you said you got bitten on the leg, do you ever think about the fly that bit you? Like, just after you were bitten.
What, like, name's Jimmy?
No, well, name irrelevant. I'm just thinking, like, once you were bitten, just think about this fly somewhere in the country. Just like, oh, what a fucking great meal that was. Just chilling out somewhere.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. Having, like, a 2-week nap.
Yeah. Oh, fucking hell, you just sent me the picture. That is one chunky mark, pal.
Pretty beefy mark, yeah.
And may I say, that is one hell of a muscly calf.
I did used to cycle.
You've been working out, bro.
No, don't worry, it's mostly fat. And with that, Ian, anything exciting at your end?
Well, Jordan, actually, a little bit of something. While you were away, I found myself with a lot of free time. I had no editing to do, no recordings on the cards, and I was all prepared for today's recording. So I thought I'd use that time to better myself for the sake of the podcast.
Oh.
And I figured I'd really try and hone my comedy skills. And so I've written some jokes.
Bloody hell, blow me down.
Yeah, I just wondered if you might like to hear a few of them.
Please.
Right. Hold on to your sides, everyone. What do you call a dog that likes to dig?
Doug.
No, a barchaeologist.
Terrible.
No,
Yeah,
I can tell you
next
like that one. Right, I got a couple more for you.
Okay.
What do you call a dog that likes to build?
I don't know.
A barchitect.
Nice. Technically they design, but go on.
Oh yeah, I thought that as I was mid-joke then, but I couldn't be like,
you had all that free time.
yeah,
but
well, I was
still.
too busy writing more jokes. There's more.
Okay, all right.
Did you hear about that dog that started a band?
No, I didn't, Ian.
They called themselves Linkin Park.
Are these all dog related?
Maybe I had, something on the mind that I couldn't quite get out of the cul-de-sac of. So maybe, but I tell you, I'll leave it there for now. Right, we'll get into the stories, and then I might intersperse some through the.
What do you call a dog looking through the window? A watchdog.
Where's the bark pun in that?
Oh, sorry. Do they have to be?
Yeah, I think they have to be bark puns, mate.
Oh, okay.
In order to be even remotely funny. I mean, did you hear the three I said?
Oh, yeah. I mean, they were top tier.
Yeah, you go back, listen to this. All you can hear from the other side is you giggling. I'm like, bark this, bark that. And you're like, ah ha ha. You said, watchdog. Nothing.
Oh, lovely. Yeah, point proven.
Right, Jordan. Okie dokie. Let's jump into the good stuff of today. Why don't you tell me what you're going into today?
Okay, Ian. You've twisted my arm. I will tell you.
I was going to say, I'll tell you what happened there. I was going to say, why don't you start by telling me? But I had already started saying tell, so I just kind of went, why don't you tell?
To die.
I thought I'd run with the theme there.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I love it. Today, I have things that I believe every person has experienced, but just never, ever talks about.
Oh, interesting.
So you can let me know as we do them later, Ian, if these are things that you've done.
Okay, prepare for this episode to be 2 hours long.
Nice.
Because after I've got a long segment, right? And then after everything you say, you're going to bring up some stupid story from my life, which I'm going to have to tell you about in its entirety, and very badly, because I'm very bad at telling stories. So it's going to be a long one, I think.
We'll find out.
Can't wait to hear that, Jordan.
And with that, what on earth have you got for us?
Well, Jordan, have you ever had that feeling that time just feels a little bit off? Like you walk into a room and something just feels different. Maybe an item is out of place. Maybe it's a little quieter than you remember it being. You look around for a second and it feels like you're not quite in your now. Most people shrug it off, but others find that they've walked into another time entirely. No warning, no explanation, and sometimes they come back with stories. And today, Jordan, I've got 5 of them. We're talking about the weirdest, least talked about, time-orientated tales that I could dig up. The kind that got buried in old forums, posted in forgotten message boards, and whispered about in those weird little corners of the internet. So, Jordan, are you ready to be freaked out by time?
I think I am.
Oh, well, let's go. We have spoken about Liverpool and how freaky Bold Street can be before, but I found a story that I hadn't heard before. So to ease us into it, we're heading back to the land of the Beatles to visit a laundrette, and this story is quite modern, coming from 2006.
Okay, interesting. I remember the Bold Street story.
Oh yeah? You remember those, do you?
Yeah, I do.
Nice. It's about time you remembered something.
It is. You're not wrong.
I'll remember to remember that.
I'll forget.
So a woman, we'll call her Jemima. She's living in a flat just off Renshaw Street, not far from Bold Street itself. She's in her 20s, and on this day, she's trying to get through a pile of laundry. She heads out to use a local laundrette. Just a small place. She's passed a dozen times, but never really actually looked into it. Today, she walks through the door, and right away, something's off. It smells different.
They changed the washing powder.
She wouldn't know. She's never been in before.
Okay.
I guess, you might get that scent as you walk past, and you kind of expect it to smell different when you finally enter.
And it just smells like rotten flesh.
Oh, whoa.
Well, that would be different.
It's a different kind of laundrette. Taking you to the cleaners. It just smells a little bit different. Like soap powder and something musty. The machines are all old-fashioned, not retro, not themed. They've got big round edges, chrome finishes, manual dials. She thinks maybe it's just trying to be a vintage-style shop. There's a woman behind the counter, wearing a blue overall uniform and thick glasses. Jemima walks up to her and asks, "How much is it for a full wash?" And the woman says, what's a Liverpool accent? "A tenner for the drum." That's it.
Oh, was it Paul McCartney?
It was him, yeah.
With a wig.
"Don't interrupt me, I'm just riding this bass line." "Oh, you've knocked me off track now."
Yeah, lovely.
Poor Paul. Jemima stares at her. A tanner? And for anyone who is wondering what that means, that's a sixpence. Pre-decimal money that was phased out of the UK in 1971.
Thank God.
Jemima laughs, thinking this woman's joking. But oh no, Jordan, she's dead serious. Behind her head is a hand-painted sign with laundry prices, all in shillings and pence. No card machine, no mobile phone signs, and no noise of modern life. Jemima backs out, making excuses. She thinks, shit, this, I'm out of here. And as soon as she steps out into the street, she turns back, and the building's there, but the signage has changed. It's a shuttered, graffiti-tagged storefront with a to-let sign hanging off in the window.
Yeah, that's weird.
Weird, eh, buddy?
It is.
She swears to this day it was real. No dream, not a memory, not a joke. So it seems for those 2 minutes, she stepped into a Liverpool that hasn't existed for decades.
Okay. Wonder what she had for breakfast. Cup or two of LSD.
Radioactive material.
Oh, right there. That would make sense.
She can just walk at 88 miles an hour.
That would be handy.
It would be very handy. Unless you accidentally start time travelling, of course.
Yeah.
Hey, Jordan.
Yes, Ian?
Did you hear about that dog that loved swimming?
I didn't, Ian.
He grew up to open his very own water park. Like that one?
Yeah, not bad.
Nice. Okay, Jordan, moving forward. Next, we have a vanishing village from 1993 in Italy. Spooky. A 27-year-old cyclist whose name was never published was doing a solo ride through the... Can you read that for me? Friuli?
Friuli, yeah.
Friuli, yeah. The Friuli Mountains near Santina in northern Italy. He's on a narrow back road when he crests a hill and sees a village he doesn't recognise just sitting in the valley below. Red-tiled roofs, flags strung between the buildings. He hears music, live, old-fashioned, accordion-heavy, and it looks like there's some kind of festival going on. So he coasts down into the village and notices something odd. No one's using mobile phones. Everyone's dressed old-fashioned like they're from the 1940s. There's women in headscarves, men in heavy wool coats and caps. There's a market stall selling bread and cured meats, and he notices the prices. There's no euros. It's all in lira, which is the currency that Italy used to use. He figures it must be a reenactment. He stops and asks somebody, what the f*** is going on? He says, what festival is this, mate? And the man says, it's Saints' Day, idiot. Why are you asking? Then the man asks the name of the town, and he replies, something that I can't pronounce. San Giuliano? Help me, Jordan.
Guiliana? Yeah.
Oh, cool. Either way, it's a place that ain't on any map.
Oh, right, okay.
That's the main takeaway. So, feeling uneasy, the guy keeps going. He makes a mental note of landmarks, figuring he'll come back later with a camera. He heads home, grabs one, and when he returns a couple hours later, same path, same hill, same landmarks, there is no village, just forest, pine trees, old growth. The kind that takes decades to mature.
Okay.
So, Jordan, this one doesn't really feel like a jump forward or back in time. This feels almost like a sideways jump, like he slid into another version of reality where this village existed, whereas it doesn't in ours.
But where do you draw the line between that?
Well, I think if a village exists in one and not the other, that's a clear differentiation.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, so it wasn't even that it used to exist and doesn't, it just never did at all.
Precisely.
Right, okay. Yeah, that's weird.
Super strange. And these are all reportedly true. I ain't making no stuff up here. I mean, they might have been, but I'm not.
I mean, you'd be barking mad.
Oh!
Hey!
Speaking of which, what do you call a dog that becomes a superhero?
Dogman?
No, the Bark Knight.
Nice. Brilliant.
So next, Jordan.
I'm not going away again.
Yeah, please don't. This consumed my life. So next, Jordan, we are in Tasmania in 2010. A man's driving from DeLorean towards another place I can't read. What's that? Help me.
Launceston?
Launceston, that'll do, thank you very much. There's not much traffic, it's early afternoon, sun's out, but uh-oh, he's low on fuel. Luckily, there's a sign for a petrol station just up ahead. So he pulls in, but when he gets there, he sees something that looks frozen in time. The pumps are old, it's got spinning dials, the machines look dated, the sign has logos that he hasn't seen since the 70s, and prices are ridiculously low. But he carries on nonetheless, because why wouldn't you? A bloke in overalls comes out and says, fill her up, mate, real friendly like. He fills the tank, the man pays in cash, gets a proper paper receipt, and he drives off thinking, that was all a little bit charming really. Delicious. That was a really nice place. He found it so charming, in fact, that later that day, he told a local about it. But when he mentions the location, the local frowns and says, that's so though? That place had burned down in 88?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm glad you understood that. It was a very thick Australian accent.
From a very thick person. No, go on.
No. That's a fair comment. So next day, this guy drives back to check. As he approaches the same bend on the same road, there's a rusted old sign frame, and behind it, just cracked pavement, weeds, and a blackened concrete slab.
Right.
Now, here's the kicker, Jordan. Here's the weird part. The guy still had the receipt in his pocket. He pulls it out and finds the paper's gone yellow and brittle overnight. The writing's all faded, like it had aged 30 years, which means you couldn't write his story off as bad memory, because how do you explain him holding the piece of paper from the past in his hands?
I mean, you just can't, can you?
Precisely. I mean, I might have had a reason when I started that sentence 8 years ago, but I've forgotten it.
And it was all right because it gave me time to process it.
Or process this, Jordan. What's the dog's favourite part of a tree?
The tree bark.
The bark, yes, well done.
Nice.
I was getting tired, towards the end, so that's a little lazy.
I mean, it's still legit.
Yeah, it works. It's a pun. Not very funny at all, but...
No, but it's not untrue.
So that's just a truth then, isn't it, really? That's not a joke.
I mean, I also kind of probably wouldn't call it a truth either. I'm not sure how many dogs really do like tree bark.
Fair point.
It's a pile of shit.
Yeah, we'll just brush past that and I'll tell you another story, eh?
Deal.
Our penultimate story, Jordan, takes us to a dentist waiting room in Springfield, Illinois, in the USA in the early 2000s. So another recent one for you. Here we meet a woman. She's called Carol and she has a dentist appointment. She arrives early, very prompt, 20 minutes or so, and the receptionist tells her to wait in the second room down the hall. She walks in and stops dead. This room is like a time capsule. Brown shag carpet, yellow walls, ashtrays on the side tables. It smells like stale smoke. The magazines on the table are Life, Look, and the Saturday Evening Post, all dated from the 1960s.
Wow, okay, that's quite a jump backwards.
But that's not all that's in this room, Jordan, because there's a man sitting on a chair, just on a chair in the corner. He's wearing a fedora and a buttoned-up coat. He doesn't move, doesn't look at her, just sits there, statue still.
Ooh.
She lasts maybe 5 minutes in there before she bails and heads back to the receptionist's desk. She points to the room and goes, "Is that lounge some kind of film set or something, mate?" The receptionist just stares and finally says, "Well, that room? We haven't used that in years. It's just storage space now. You doyle 'em." Smacks her upside the head.
They're a bit mean, aren't they? These
They are
receptionists.
horrible. It's just Illinois. Illinoisans, they're not very nice. That's a lie. I love you all. So Carol looks back down the hallway. The door's half open, just enough for her to see in, and all she can see now are boxes and broken chairs.
Okay, so no fedora.
No fedora, no smoky
stale
stuff.
stench of piss.
No smoke, mate.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so nothing that she saw when she walked in.
Right.
So this one's got a trapped echo vibe, like the room's still playing back a scene from decades ago, and she just walked in during one of its creepy little reruns.
Right, so that explains why the guy didn't react to her.
Precisely. Yeah, it's just like it's replaying an old scene.
Not sentient.
Can you imagine if she'd gone in and, like...
Got the dental work.
Yeah, he was a dentist. No, it seemed like after she left, it then changed pretty quickly. So if she'd stayed in there for a little longer, what if she'd have disappeared with it?
So this is what I always think. I don't know if there's any notice of things like that happening.
Like any stories?
Yeah, because if this is about it going back in time, maybe it wouldn't allow you to do that because that would change the course of the future.
Possibly.
It's that whole sort of butterfly effect.
Although we do have a story like that, don't we? That the guy that was in Poland or Russia and he got chucked back through time when he took that photo of that UFO.
Oh, yeah.
Story that came from that was being told now. Ponomarenko or something like that.
That rings a bell, actually. And didn't he send a letter or something from where he was?
Yeah, he started time traveling all about the show, didn't he?
Yeah.
He sent a letter back to his girlfriend and was like, "I'm fine, I'll be back," and then just disappeared.
Yeah.
Ponomarenko. I can hear it, but I can't say it.
Just call it pan au chocolat.
That'll do. But yeah, maybe, she did just get out just in time. Maybe she would have been one of these people. I'm like, oh, a woman went into a room, disappeared, and then back in the 60s, they were like, oh, a woman from the 2000s has just turned up.
Yeah, this is true.
Could have been a completely different story. But Jordan, that just leads me to one question. What is a dog's favourite way to get around?
Don't know.
Barcaw.
Thanks.
Thank you. So, Jordan, for our last story, we are in France. It's 1985, and a couple, two people, I'm not even going to say the name because I can't be bothered trying to read that second one.
Jean and Marielle.
Okay, thanks very much. You've ruined everything. I'm going to have to say them now. Either way, these two people are hiking through an ancient forest of... Go on, then read that one.
Fontainebleau.
That'll do. Do my stories ever really make sense? 'Cause I'm like, some guy went to some place.
Yeah, why can't they just do it in Leeds?
Yeah, that would be really... Yeah, Bill went to Leeds.
Yeah.
Either way, these people are hiking through this forest. This is a place that is loaded with folklore, phantoms, ghostly monks, weird lights, and people have been seeing strange things for centuries. They take a wrong turn off a trail, and a little further down it, they start to hear music. Classical, strings, soft and distant. They follow the sound and come to a clearing where there is what seems to be a wedding happening. There's dozens of people in 18th century dress. They've got lace on, they've got wigs, parasols and all that stuff. There's a bride stepping into a horse-drawn carriage and a crowd cheering. Everything elegant and old world. These people, who Jordan made me say, Jean and Marielle.
Yeah, that works for me.
I'm going to change it. For the sake of the story, this guy's called Fortescue. Jean and Fortescue. There you go. Still weird enough.
Yeah, that's easier.
But pronounceable.
And also, I think Jean, it's going to be more like Jean, isn't it? I think.
All right, we'll change that one too. Rumpelstiltskin and Fortescue.
It's Rumpelstiltskin and Foreskin. Nice.
Crinkled foreskin.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
So Crinkle and Foreskin. I just stood in the bushes, staring.
I suppose you would. It's a bit crinkly, that one.
Crinkle and Foreskin.
Oh, put it away.
It's a little chilly out there. You don't want to lose your foreskin. So they're looking around. There's no film crew, no vehicles, no signs. It doesn't look staged, so they just back away quietly, thinking they maybe stumbled upon something private and plan to come back later with a camera. So they're like, oh, probably shouldn't be here. Let's go and get something to photograph this.
I suppose you would.
Fucking foreskins. But when they return an hour later, same trail, same turn, there's nothing there. No carriage tracks, no signs of life, just trees and birdsong. So you hear stories like these, and you have to wonder, is it possible to accidentally walk through cracks in time, little folds where one year bleeds into another, or a different time intersects with ours, even for the briefest of moments? But Jordan, that's a thought for a scientist, and I just want to know, what do you think?
Well, as a non-scientist, about as far as you can get from a scientist.
Nice.
I really like these stories. I think they're great. And, I mean, I don't know how much proof there is. There is proof of that receipt, though.
Yep, at least there is proposed evidence. I mean, I don't have it. I don't have a picture.
No.
I can't verify it. But yeah, there was apparently proof in that one at least.
And it's very hard to make sense of it, especially in some of the stories where they notice things that they wouldn't have otherwise known.
Like how?
I don't think particularly in these stories, but in previous ones that we've mentioned, people have kind of witnessed things or learnt things about their experience that they just wouldn't have had any knowledge of otherwise.
Right, like that person that saw the name of that business that they didn't know.
Yes, exactly.
And then when they came back, they were like, oh yeah, I knew about this business that turned out to be true.
Yes, it's like insider knowledge kind of thing.
Right, yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah.
So it's all a bit weird. I do find it fascinating, but maybe we were onto something. They wouldn't be trapped within that because that could potentially change the course of future.
Well, according to Panomanoramarenko, yeah, it's possible to get trapped in these times.
Right, well, yeah, true. He could be the exception to the rule.
Possibly.
I mean, panko breadcrumbs and all that.
Panko breadcrumbs.
Oh. Lovely.
Hey, Jordan, did you hear about that dog that was an inventor?
I didn't.
He held many, many trademarks.
Fucking hell. Is that the last of them?
That is the last of my jokes.
Thank you so much.
That is a week of effort.
I would have called it a weak effort, but go on.
With that, my phone is down. I am not going to speak anymore because I'm not doing a very good job at it today. I'm just going to listen. I'm going to do what I'm good at. I'm going to listen to you.
Oh, right. So, things that pretty sure everyone's experienced at some point in their life, but just don't talk about it.
Okay.
What about, like, when we spend the day in waiting mode just because we have an appointment at 2 p.m?
Yeah, that is a weird thing, isn't it? Like, you're waiting all day to do something when you could just plan to wait for, like, the half hour before the thing.
Yeah, exactly. I've heard that that's a bit of an autistic trait.
Oh, really?
I don't know how true that is, but yeah.
Well, I hear people say that to me all the time. Like, people at work say, oh, I hate starting work at 6 p.m. because it feels like you're just waiting all day to come to work.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's because you feel like you don't want to eat into that time somehow, even though you know, really, that can't possibly happen.
Yeah.
Like, you feel responsible.
The weird thing is I never get that feeling. Like, I always, like, sort of nod along and go, oh, yeah, but I'm never sat thinking, oh, working sort of 10 hours or 9 hours, sort of waiting for it to approach.
Right.
It didn't even cross my mind until, the hour before when I think, right, now it's time to get ready for work.
Oh, okay.
I guess I'm cool.
Shut
Shit your face.
Or what about when you just space out while driving and all of a sudden you reach your destination and have no clue how you made it there alive?
Yeah, you're just kind of like, how the f*** did I get here?
Is that like a space-time thing?
Possibly. You weren't conscious enough to realise that you were indeed moving, so it could have been, something could have happened along the way.
I mean, do you find that you do that at work?
No, not once.
Okay, just for legal reasons.
I am always 100% completely with it and in the moment, in the present.
Yep.
Very well, good and proper, yes.
I remember you saying you don't even blink.
It's so bad. I leave my door, and the next thing I know, I'm back at home. I'm like,
right.
How do I get here?
I mean, how good would that be, though?
Well, I enjoy my job. It's where I listen to most of my podcasts, so I kind of like the time.
It's true.
I mean, all I ever do at work is work. What am I talking about?
Oh, yeah, hard labour.
Absolutely, yeah.
You don't get those muscles from anything else.
Precisely. It's really weird. I know that my right arm is a lot musclier than my left one.
Just strange, isn't it? Genetics.
So strange. And that has definitely nothing to do with at work.
Moving on. When you get a paper cut and the universe decides to think, Excellent. I'll just send you an unusually high number of encounters with citrus fruit.
Fuck you, universe. What's that about? Who do I complain to?
Or what about every time you use a self-service checkout and the person in front of you has somehow clearly never used one, never used touchscreens, or even handled money before?
They're from the 60s.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
They've slid forward.
That makes sense now.
Please tap your card. They're like, what?
Yeah, that's a good point. It all makes sense.
Do you know what I hate about the modern world?
Uh-oh. Probably many things.
Well, yeah, there's a few things, right? But specifically when you go shopping and you use the self-service checkouts, because I don't know if you've noticed this, Jordan, but they are taking over checkouts.
Yes.
So, like, there's a local shop here where the other night it was closed at a normal hour because they were removing half of the checkouts and adding on more self-service ones.
Right, okay.
So now, there's more self-service checkouts than there are normal checkouts. So that doesn't mean now there's just one person touching one screen for themselves when they, add up your total. It's now 100 people touching one screen. And a lot of people aren't very clean.
Oh, yeah. Freaks me out.
Yeah, wiping the nose, I don't know, sticking a finger up their ass, and then all of a sudden,
While they're waiting in line.
Yeah, giving their ass a little scratch, like, oh, yeah, oh, get right in there. And then they come and touch, I'll pay by card, yeah, because it's touchscreen.
Yeah.
The fucking pay by card, no cashback, no bags, and then tap and pay. It's like, yeah, now I have to go and touch that screen. Brilliant.
Yeah. You can get those little pen things, can't you?
Yeah, but then I'd have to put that in my pocket.
You just bin it every time.
Yeah, that would make more sense to me. I don't want to be smearing their shit off the screen. Put it in my pocket.
Yeah, that's horrible. I guess there are such things, luckily, as hand gel.
I just get it delivered. Just get a delivery. They can bring it to my door.
So the delivery driver that's done all of that before can hand it to you.
Actually, right, we had a shopping delivery once come to our door, and we took the trays in, emptied it all out, gave the trays back. The person went, and then I picked up a pack of wraps, and there was dog shit on it.
Wow.
I don't know how it happened, but there was shit on our products.
Wow. It implies, doesn't it, that when the trays were put down or something, it was on top of dog shit? I don't know.
Maybe I don't fucking know.
Oh, and just think it's been stacked in the van.
Yep.
Oh.
And that's something that could only happen to me.
It really is.
That is
you
my
really
luck.
needed those wraps for that night.
Yeah, we're having a wrap party.
It's all right. You can just turn it to a dog shit party. You come prepared. You like old dog jokes, so it's all right.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Is there a pun in there?
I don't think so. I'm sure you'd find it. I'm assuming, by the way, that you disposed of said wraps.
Oh no, mate. My wife and I just couldn't help ourselves. We just got on the floor.
Smeared it on
I fucking gobbled it right down there and then. Our children were like, "They're for the party." We were like, "Get your own." Licking the packet clean. Delicious.
Well, how about when we're hot in bed, we don't just throw the covers off, and we don't necessarily just stick out a single leg. We just kind of wrap it around the duvet and kind of clamp it back down, allowing the cool side of the duvet to surround it.
Yeah.
Do you do that?
Yeah, it's a fantastic feeling, isn't it?
It is. It works. It's effective.
What I do normally, though, if I'm too warm, is I literally just kick off all the blankets and just, lay there, starkers.
Yeah, starfish it.
Yeah, kick my wife out of bed.
Yeah. Exposing your starfish.
You have to tell me, right? I don't know if this is just me or if this is an everyone thing, but sometimes I'll come to bed, right, and I'll have a mood of what temperature I want to be.
Right, okay. I just have to be cool.
Oh, really? That's a really hard job for you, mate. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's the least like me, isn't it?
It's like sometimes I'll walk into my bedroom and I'm like, tonight I just want to wrap up and just be toasty as
With dog shit on it.
Obviously, yeah. My blanket is one giant tortilla wrap.
You can buy those.
Yeah, so I've seen. Yeah, ironically enough, in the video I saw, they were wrapping a dog up in it.
Oh, nice. Hot dog.
Sometimes when I come to bed, I just want to be freezing. Like, I'm just like, I'm in the mood to just be cold tonight.
That's me. Because your body has to drop, is it like 2 degrees to fall asleep?
Really?
Yeah. Or at least to enter into like proper REM sleep.
Oh, fuck, who knew? I haven't had that since I was 6, mate.
That's probably why. It's because you're wrapped up in tortillas.
Yeah, too busy eating dog shit.
That probably doesn't help.
Good to know my pain makes you laugh.
It does. And I'm sure many others.
Well, I hope so. That's the point of a comedy podcast.
Or what about when you're packing a suitcase and you just stood there calculating how much extra underwear to bring on that quick one-night trip, just in case, even though you know you've been potty trained?
Yeah, I remember well. I finally got over the finish line last year. Thank you very much.
Oh, well done.
Thank you.
Oh, it wasn't dog shit.
Yeah, it was me. Don't tell my wife, though. I've convinced her it was dog shit.
Or what about when you receive a call from an unknown number and you just decide to Google the phone number instead of answering it?
Because usually if you receive a call from an unknown number, it is usually going to be spam.
It is.
Or, some kind of scam or something like that. I hate not knowing, though. I feel like I have to know.
Yeah.
So, like, if my parents get a call and it's like, just some random number, I'm like, answer it. It could be important.
It could, but probably not.
Probably not, right? But if the hospital call you, for example, that's always withheld numbers.
Yeah.
I mean, my wife isn't at home at the moment, and if I get a call from an unknown number, it could be like, yeah, your wife's in hospital. She accidentally fell into a pile of shit because she was trying to kick somebody else out of the way because she thought they were going to eat it all.
Right.
So,
yeah.
Come and collect her. She's stinking out the place. And she won't stop licking her lips. But, all I'm saying is it could be important. You don't know what's going on outside your own little bubble.
It could. I would like to think if you didn't answer and it was that important, they would at the very least leave you a voice message.
See, I hate doing that because if you leave a voice message, then you have to wait because you don't know if they've received it or not. So if I say ring you, right, and you're like, oh, I can't be bothered talking at the moment, and then I leave a message for you, I don't then know if you've received that message.
If it was a hospital, I feel like they would, and maybe in the message they'll say, we'll try calling you back in 20 minutes' time.
Yeah.
Or if you receive this, then call the hospital on blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. This is why I just prefer texting.
Yeah. I don't think the hospital's going to be like, I'll just send him a text.
Yeah.
Lol, your wife.
Lol, your wife's in excruciating pain. BRB.
The regret that you feel when you've fallen for I'll just fill up the petrol in the morning.
See, I never do that because I finish work late. So I'm like, my wife is going to be in the car first thing in the morning, and I don't want to get it in the neck when she turns it on to find the petrol light glowing on the dash. So I better go do it right now.
Oh, you're a good husband then.
I'm the best husband, mate.
I'll ask your wife.
Oh, she won't say that, would she? She'd be like, no, he's a shit. You know my wife. You know exactly what she'll say. I mean, she thinks it, probably. She said to me, like, she kind of likes me. So I dare say she thinks it, but she wouldn't verbalise that.
No, that's it. Moving on. How about when you pretend not to see someone you know in the public just to avoid that awkward, oh, hi moment?
Yeah. Is that the kind of thing where you see them like a mile away and then you have to like remain with eye contact until you get up to them and then you go, all right.
Or another one when you've just finished speaking to them, you say your goodbyes and then you continue walking the same direction.
Yeah. I do that all the time.
That's more awkward.
It's because I only ever talk to my shadow, though.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. It's all right, though, when you go indoors.
It is, yeah. He finally leaves me alone.
Or possibly doesn't, just engulfs the place.
It becomes the house.
It becomes your whole surrounding. Or what about when you pass someone on the dual carriageway to look at them to see if they are as stupid as they drive?
How would you tell that through a window?
I don't know. I mean, I've seen some pretty idiot drivers pass them and thought, yeah, it probably checks out. I mean, in fairness, they probably do that to me as well.
I cannot confirm.
Okay.
Nor deny.
What about when you check the time on your phone and then you check it again because you wasn't paying attention the first time?
Yeah, I do that all the time. Like, I check the time and then put my phone back down and I'm like, what was the time?
Yeah, it's the weirdest thing. Or what about the internal annoyance you feel when watching someone else Google something less efficiently than you would?
I just choose not to look because it would irritate me.
Fair enough.
Or like if people start using Google and I'm like, just use ChatGPT, it's so much easier.
I've actually got my wife on that.
Oh, nice one. I've downloaded it for my wife, but she won't touch it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean, she's actually used it. She even used it today to help her for a job.
Oh, nice one.
So finally...
How do you hide a body?
Yeah. What about when you watch YouTube reviews of the thing you just bought to justify your purchase.
Yeah, I do that all the time. Like, or if I want to get a new phone, or I'm thinking about it, I always watch the reviews and all the little tips and tricks, and like 100 things you can do with the iPhone, whatever.
Bracket 99 you can do with the previous one.
Yes, absolutely. The only extra thing you can do with this one is unbox it.
Yeah. It's true. What about when you stop the microwave with 1 second to spare, like the bomb diffuser master that you are?
I do that on a night if I'm ever using said microwave. In the dead of night, the microwave beep is 1 billion decibels.
So you're just being a good husband and mindful of your family.
Precisely, yeah. And also, it's deafening, isn't it?
Yeah, that too. What about the shock that you feel when you actually buy some high-end headphones and start hearing sounds in songs that you've never heard before?
Can honestly say I have never done that.
Really?
So I wouldn't know. I'm not a very good person for buying headphones.
Oh.
There was more, yeah.
Sorry.
I break headphones.
You break them?
Very easily, yeah. Not on purpose. Maybe it's because they are cheap, but I also have children. They help.
Oh, yeah. I mean, your son sprayed deodorant all over your new electronic drum kit.
He did, yeah. That was a memory I would happily forgotten about. Thanks for that.
You're welcome. I'm sure it still smells nice.
Smells great. Also marked fantastically.
Yeah, I bet.
1 second, I can hear a noise.
Me?
No, I can hear scratching.
Ugh. It's just rats.
Can you hear that?
I can. It's like sawing. Do you reckon it's next door?
I don't know, it sounds like it's coming from inside my house. But I have just turned my sensitivity on my microphone right the way up.
Weird, okay.
Because last night, I went on a ghost hunt with James.
Oh, very nice. I know you said that you're going for a walk, but...
Yeah, we went to Rudston Monolith. Apparently the oldest monolith in the UK.
Right.
And it's around about 2,000 years old. And it's massive and nothing really happened. We heard some weird noises. But, it's my luck that after I go on a little adventure with James like that something normally follows me home.
Yeah, that would be your luck.
And it has decided to throw me off by not presenting itself last night, but wait until I'm talking to you to start scratching my walls away.
And you don't have a food delivery due as well, do you?
I do not, no.
Okay. No tortillas en route.
No poops on the way.
Yeah, fair enough.
But you know what? Actually, I will have to tell you the scariest story that came from last night.
Oh, go on. I'm excited.
So James told me a story about somebody that saw an alien grey on a street in our hometown.
Okay.
Right.
And they're not mental?
Apparently not, no. So the story is they were walking home down this street and they were just looking around and then they saw an ornament in a garden that was like an alien grey, like a really lifelike alien. And they were looking at it and they were like, oh, God, what a fucking ugly, horrible ornament to have in your garden. Ugh. They walked off. And then maybe 5 steps later, looked back and it had moved, it had gone.
Ooh.
So, that terrifies me because that is implying that he was face to face with a real alien.
Yeah.
Mere feet away and just being like, oh, what an ugly fucker.
I mean, what would you prefer, though? Would you prefer to have that experience or be looking at it and then see it move?
Probably the first one.
Yeah, I was going to say, because at least you could maybe talk yourself out of that a little bit, couldn't you? Like, did I really see that? Obviously, I can't have done.
I think it just wouldn't be the instant fear of thinking, holy shit, there's one right there in front of me, what do I do? Like, it wouldn't be the fight or flight kind of thing. It'd just be like, oh, that's horrible, and walk away. And then see it moved. I'd be like, okay, well, at least it's gone. But yeah, to see it move right in front of me, I shit myself.
Yeah, that would be horrible. But seeing after the fact what you were certain was there has just vanished when you look back at it, I mean, leads you to think, well, where is it?
Out of sight, out of mind, mate.
I'm sure it wouldn't be.
Yeah.
It would not for you.
I think I'd just self-implode there.
Yeah, that makes sense. So, penultimate one for you.
Oh.
When you see your takeaway driver has just pulled up outside, yet you wait patiently for the knock on the door to make it seem like you weren't desperate.
No, mate, I am at that door. I'm like, bring me my food.
Nice.
Do you know what, though? I have a heads up that it's coming because my wife, I have no idea how she does it, but it's like some kind of supernormal ability that as soon as the car door that belongs to the delivery driver that's bringing our food slams, she's like, food's here.
Oh, wow.
So it's like she can hear 100 doors, nothing. But as soon as the one that is carrying our food shuts, she's like, food's here.
I know.
Go on.
It's because really, she's got the tracking on her phone.
No, she wouldn't be bothered to deal with that sort of stuff. It's me that has to do all the ordering.
She's just got your login on her phone. phone.
It wouldn't surprise me. Somehow she knows, right? So that happens, and then as soon as that happens, I look out the window to confirm, yes, you have done your freaky power once more. It is here. I go to the door, and then I wait. Mainly, though, the reason is so that they don't knock and then wake the kids up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I am always at the door. I'm like, gimme.
And it's just like, yeah, this address, this one here, yeah. And final one for you. I think we've all done this one. When you step into work and immediately look at your watch thinking, all right, 7 hours, 58 minutes to go.
You know what? Again, in my current job, I do not do that.
Oh, well, you're a lucky boy.
I am I used to do that with every other job I've ever had. You know, you're literally counting down the hours because it's such a horror to be at. But my current job, I like it, and I don't have to do that whole clock watching thing.
Excellent. That is what we all strive for.
Oh, yeah. Being complicit with your your torture.
Absolutely, and likewise for me, it is a pleasure. So, I mean, I have to watch the clock to know that I'm not running over, but
Very
other
true.
than
Yep,
that, it's good.
Very good. So I guess we've answered the question, haven't we? Two guys, what's up? Nothing. We're happy.
Very true. Yeah, unless you see an alien grey in someone's garden.
Yeah, absolutely. What was it doing in the garden? Was it just foraging?
I don't know, maybe.
I'll just pick up some gravel.
Is that a thing they do?
Knows, could be. Maybe it's the last thing they have to do on Earth, like to complete the set. Like they've done the scavenger hunt. The last bit is a bit of gravel from that garden.
Oh, maybe. Yeah. Are you going to get some bags of gravel for your outside?
I'm going to get a little box of gravel, and I'm going to put it in the end of a sock so that if it ever comes into my house, I can just go out swinging, cave its little head in.
I dare say there are better choices you could make, but...
Oh, it's just because you said gravel, you know, so I'm thinking,
Okay.
well, that's hard. I'll stick that in a box, in some tights or something.
Some of your tights.
Not my tights. Probably the wives.
Oh, not so much a good husband anymore.
By the way, I have to apologise. If anyone can hear that incessant scratching in the background, I have no idea what the f***'s going on.
It'll be fine. It'll just be the 10,000 rats in your walls.
That's fine. I like rats.
Oh, sorry. I said rats. I meant the aliens in your walls.
Oh, because it's so hard to mix up. So easy to mix up those two,
It
rats
is,
and aliens.
yeah. Sorry, yeah. Got it wrong again.
Oh, that's fine. Don't worry about it, mate. I'll let you off.
Fortunately, it was James as well that got it wrong yesterday when he meant to say rat.
Yeah. I know a story about a man that saw a rat in the garden. He got home and he was like, oh, shit, I said alien, didn't I? I said it again. I did it again.
Easy mistake. You know, I'm one to know.
Far too easy, yeah.
Yes, there you have it, Ian.
Smashing. Thank you very much, Jordan, for those. I don't think I'm with it today. You know, I'm not working. I don't know if you can tell. I'm not my normal storytelling, fantastic self. Can't get comfortable. That's the problem. I'm knackered. Can't get comfortable in my stupid chair.
Oh, dear.
Oh, I'm done. Can we call it to a... Can we stop now?
Yeah, I think we better do.
Thanks. Right. Thanks for tuning in to today's episode of Two Guys What's Up. Don't forget to follow the show wherever you listen to us so you don't miss another episode. And if you're enjoying it, just tell a friend. Tell your friend. They're not all this bad. Don't skip this episode.
And if you'd like to get in touch with us and tell us just how good we're doing, our Linktree link is in the bio of this episode, which you can click on and be jetted off to every link you will ever need for all your Two Guys What's Up essentials. Want to get your own Two Guys What's Up t-shirt? Click the link.
Want to take advantage of our new give us a 10 out of 10 rating on iTunes and Jordan will suck you off deal? Click the link.
Sorry, just a bit busy.
There's a customer.
Want to find out real celebrity names? Click the link.
Want to find out what that scratching is?
Oh, yeah. I do.
Come to my house. And if you click that link, it will blast you off to Patreon, the home of all your Two Guys What's Up extra essentials, including pin badges, shout-outs, t-shirts. And if you really can't get enough of our fantastic tales and scratchy voices, well, now you can get more of each because there is 23 bonus episodes sat up on the Patreon right now, which come out on the last Friday of every single month. And they are just waiting for you to go and have a little roll around and all that extra Oreo goodness.
Delicious.
And all that is available right now, starting with that bonus episodes, for just £3. And I think, if I read the email correctly, that Patreon has overruled Apple's decision to do that whole extra pay thing.
Ah.
You know, if you bought it through the Apple app, Apple had a little extra added on. The billions and billions that they have just isn't enough.
Yeah, of course.
It's just not cutting it, so they had to squeeze that extra £1.50 out of every fucking Patreon customer. Greedy. But I think the courts have overruled them and just said, just wind your your neck in, cookie boy.
Good for them.
Yeah, good lads.
So if you want to help support the show and get some cool stuff while you do so, head over to patreon.com/2guyswhatsup to check out all the goodies over there. The link will be down below for your clicking pleasure.
But if you can't do that, but you'd still like to help us out, then a 5-star rating and review in your podcast app would be the best, freest, and most delicious way to help us out, and we would be forever grateful. We would. But on that note, thanks for listening. I'm going to go to bed.
I think you should.
Have an amazing week, and we will see you next Monday. Whoopi Goldberg.
Actually, did you know, though, that Whoopi Goldberg, she used to be married to Peter Cushing, and she changed her name because she didn't want to be called Whoopi Cushing.
Is that true?
No, that's a joke.
Because that's a person. So,
But actually, a true story for you. Did you know that that isn't her real name?
is it not? What's her real name?
It's, this is true, it is Karen Johnson.
Oh, that's a little bit more normal.
What, than Whoopi Goldberg?
Yeah. I'd have gone for that, to be honest.
What, Karen Johnson?
Yeah.
Would you?
Yeah, probably.
It's less memorable, though.
Yeah, but I mean, people use whoopee as a
cushion.
No, as a name for, doing the dirty.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, want to make whoopee?
Well, even more reason to use it.
I have an interesting fact for you about Whoopi Goldberg, or Karen Johnson, whichever one to go by. Apparently, the designer of the Predator alien designed the Predator after Whoopi Goldberg because he had a bad interaction with her. He didn't like her, so he immortalised her as the Predator.
Is that a joke?
Nope, that is true.
Wow. Didn't know that.
Apparently.
There we go. That's bad. Actually, I know this isn't probably relevant, but there's a few other people that have different names. So I didn't realise Elton John wasn't his name either.
Right.
It's John Elton. No, it's not. It's Reg Dwight.
See, I know a lot of people change their names to have stage names because they are a bit more memorable.
And also Calvin Harris.
Oh, what's his real name?
Adam Wiles.
Oh.
And Vin Diesel.
Go on.
Mark Sinclair.
I don't know why I'm expecting these to be funny.
No. And last one for you, Bruno Mars.
Go on then.
Pete Jean Hernandez.
Oh, cool.
I can't imagine him called Pete. I don't know, it's just a bit weird. Anyway, there you go.